All right, so there's another little angry spiel I had about YouTubers, and it's just because I've been running into it while I'm looking for videos to watch while I grind Final Fantasy 1. But yeah, so um, there's this. Okay, and this is gonna sound hypocritical, and I don't mean it that way, but there's there's this thing where it seems like people think every vapid thought they have is super deep. Now, I know that sounds super hypocritical because I come on here and I literally record myself saying every random vapid thought I've ever had for like 5 minutes for no reason other than just to put it up on YouTube. So I know it sounds like I'm being a hypocrite, but the difference is that I am not making video essays pretending like my vapid thoughts are super deep critical analysis. That's the difference. And I like video essays. I think they're a lot of fun. I like them on movies. I like them on other things. I think it's a cool little trend that we have going. And I think some YouTubers are good at it and some aren't. And there's a lot of people that aren't. And it's almost like I hate to use this analogy, but it's kind of like overdone, but it's almost like, the kind of stoner revelation type of thing that it seems like a lot of these kids or people are having, where it's like they realize something about some fucking Disney cartoon or some video game they played and they think it's super deep and they don't realize, dude, this isn't deep at all. This is actually kind of dumb. And I'm going to use an example. And I can't remember the guy's name that uploaded it, of course. But I kind of couldn't believe it when I saw it because I think it was like something in the title. And it was basically like he was claiming that essentially a runner, like like a video game that's a runner, it's like it never ends. It's going to end eventually. It's usually for high scores type of thing. And you know how essentially Atari games were basically all runners, like early video games? That's kind of what they all were for the most part. Well, he had this video that he uploaded where he claimed that this one Atari game that he used to play gave him existential dread in the Lovecraftian sense. And he basically was saying how it's because no matter what, you're going to die. And I just was watching this video like, this is the dumbest thing I've ever heard in my life. I mean, I've played my fair share of runners. It's never given me existential dread, and I don't think it should. And if you think it has, you're probably too high or something, or too tired. And you should sober up enough to realize that making a video about it is kind of dumb. And like, I know it sounds like I'm hating on this person, but whatever. I'm not even saying who they are, but man, it's just a little hard to take when everyone uses the word Lovecraftian constantly for everything. And now you have these video essays where someone is claiming that a fucking runner gave him existential dread because it ends at some point. Uh, yeah. And he was totally serious, in case you're like, oh, this is obviously some kind of joke. No, this was a real video. I mean, this guy thought he was onto something. And let me tell you, the fucking comments agreed with him. They all were like, man, this is some deep, deep shit. Uh, yeah. So, I don't know. I've run into a few videos like that. That's just like the latest one. It's like, I've run into videos where people are like, here's why Mario Sunshine is the most beautiful, amazing game on the planet. And it's just like these takes that are weird, And the thing is, I've played a lot of video games when I was really young, and they have, they give you, they put an impression on you, whether you like it or not. And when you get older, you might have very strong feelings towards them. But people need to tone it down a little bit, man. Like, it just seems like everything is so deep now. I mean, like, people are just constantly analyzing the same Disney movies over and over again. And, which is fine, whatever you want to do. But at the same time, it's like, man, not every, childhood experience you had was that amazing. And yeah, a lot of these games that everyone's claiming are the best games of all time just aren't, and it was probably fun when you were a kid. I freaking love the Mario games at NES. I mean, those games were my favorite games of all time. There's still some of my favorite Mario games of all time, even now today. And but I'm not gonna be like, here's why Super Mario Brothers 3 on the NES is the pinnacle of perfection or something. It's just a little bit overdone. But yeah, all right. So anyway, wading through YouTube videos gives me Lovecraftian dread. So yeah, I thought I'd share that. See ya.